Hi guys, I want to tell you a story. When Kaya was a baby, we went to the shooting range and I left my phone somewhere around the shooting range. It could have been on the roof of the car, and we drove away and I never found that phone again. Before that, I had been really good about never losing or damaging my phone. That was the first time. The last time I went out to an apple orchard and I went off into the surrounding woods to use the restroom, and you know how when you go to sit down you had to make sure to pull your phone out of your back pocket because it falls out onto the bathroom floor. Well, I was out in the wilderness, and as I went to go to the bathroom to crouch down, my friend's husband started chasing the farmer's bull through the orchard. And I was just waiting for that bull to turn around and decide to chase him. And I got super distracted, and so I didn't check my pocket to make sure that my phone didn't fall out. So most likely what happened was I peed on my phone. I don't know because I never found my phone. I noticed it was gone on the way home. Next story. I go out to plant my trees in April, my bare root trees, and I had my phone in my breast pocket on my shirt to keep it safe. And I bent over too far and my phone went plunk right into the mud hole that I had just created for this tree. Skip to currently. So I went out to check the greenhouse a couple days ago, and I had my phone in my pocket because I've been selling a lot of things on Craigslist lately and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. And when I came back from the greenhouse, I didn't have my phone. I remembered that I'd had a camera out there and I went out and checked where I had my camera, but I couldn't find it. So I wanted to tell you all that before I ask you guys this question. I'm looking for a new phone, and I would like to know if you guys had a really old one that still works, that's a Verizon phone that you would like to trade for some yarn or for one of my giveaway box books. Or what else do I have that I could trade? I could think of some other things to trade, but mostly right now I have like 6 farming homesteading books that I could trade, or I have your choice of any of the colors of yarn that I have under my bed. Because the reason I want to trade is because I just need a clunky old phone. You hear all these stories, they're not spaced that far apart. They usually happen within a few months of each other. I usually only have a phone for about 6 months since we started to farm, because I don't like to carry it on my person. I don't like to have that amount of radiation on my body. And so I usually leave it in the house. I only lose it when I leave the house to go do farming stuff and have my phone with me. If I will leave it in the house, I won't lose it. However, sometimes I have to take it out of the house. So if you have, see, you guys saw my last cell phone, right? The one with the duct tape along the back. And I couldn't text on it because it was one of those old flip ones, but I could pick up calls just fine, and that's all I need it for. So if you guys have an old Verizon phone that you don't use anymore, that you've been letting the kids play with, as long as it still works and it's Verizon, I would love to trade you for your old phone. I want to make this really clear. I'm not asking for a new phone. I'm asking for an old phone. I have some really generous people on my channel that like to send me things when I mention that I am in need of something, and it touches and warms my heart, but I would cry if I had a new phone fall into cow crap. And it's just not what I need. I just, does the battery function? Is there a charging cord? And I would love to send you a book if you have something like that. So enjoy my amusing stories. I think I'm going to put in my video of talking about my last phone that had the duct tape across the back. I got that from my friend whose husband I was watching chasing the Angus bull across the apple orchard. That was super fun. So, and before that, I got a phone from my visiting teacher at church. In fact, I think she gave me 2 phones because I lost them within 6 weeks of each other. The one before that, I lost in a snowdrift out doing chores for a friend of mine in exchange for hay. I went out and I was walking the perimeter of her fence line trying to get her electric fence to turn back on in 10 below weather, and I bent over or something happened and it fell out of my pocket, and I'd had it on silent because I was getting up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to go do her chores. So I put my phone on silent, And so there was no chance that I was going to be able to have somebody call my phone and be able to hear it through the snowdrift. And so she sent her son out with their metal detector, and he went along the perimeter of the horse fence once they got home, and he found it in a snowdrift. I have such generous people for my Swiss cheese brain. Anyway, if anybody would be interested in that, let me know. If there's multiple people, I have multiple books. If 3 people wanted to send me junk phones, I would trade you 3 books, because that way when I lose the next one, I have another one already in line. You know, it's not embarrassing. Except that my husband is trying really hard to be amused by it rather than frustrated by it. Anyway, I love you guys. See ya.